Welcome to Exhibitor Lounge, sponsored by ExhibitEdge.com. I'm your host and your trade show mixologist, Michael Gray. Here each week, you receive simple, practical, and proven tips to improve your trade show marketing strategy and get better results while maximizing your budget. Okay, last week, we started to summarize the exhibit planning checklist. Now this week, we're on number 2 of the main checklist categories, which is called the technical approach. Now the technologies that we will be using in the Exhibitor Lounge exhibit at the Exhibitor Live show are a video camera, a soundboard, an interview microphone, and the sign-up station. Now, I'll leave the last part for next week, as the main category then will be number 3, booth flow and lead capture. So here are the questions and the answers that fell under the technology category. Well, the first question was, what type of video equipment would we use? Now, to go with the Art Deco theme of the lounge, we were wondering if we should use a more commercial looking or old time camera, or maybe just a mock-up housing of an old time camera with the real camera hidden inside. Well, so the answer was that we decided to keep the existing small camera. Now it was an HD camera that used easy to manage SD memory cards that we could easily switch out. Now these memory cards could hold hours of video on a single card. All right, question 2, how would we mount the camera? Now, the answer to that was we originally thought that a tripod was the right answer, but Lydell, our design department manager, said that a monopod would provide more distance between the camera and the subject. We could also secure the monopod and camera by creating a locking mechanism inside the counter. Now this would also prevent the camera from being bumped or knocked over and create a very stable video shoot environment. All right, question 3, where would we store the soundboard? Answer, the second counter provided a great response to this need. Now, with a large storage door and power access through the bottom, it was the perfect solution in place of a tripod. The wiring for the camera, the microphone cord, and power cord can all be connected inside the counter for spacious and safe storage with quick access to the soundboard controls if needed. All right, question 4. How will we provide studio lighting with limited space? Answer, well, this was a hard one, as our videographer, Joshua, is a perfectionist. But he knew that there was no space in the exhibit for 4 big studio diffuser lights that we normally use here on the set. Now, to tackle this problem, we purchased 2 small floor lights, and we are attaching one light to the audience right wing panel and the other to the back side of the front left counter. Now, the light bulbs had to be different intensities as the lights were not the same distance from the interview chairs. All right, question 5. What type of sound microphone would we use? Well, answer, we would normally use a wireless lavalier microphone, but knew it would be too cumbersome to fit each person at the show. The decision was made to switch to a wired, extra long stem interview mic with a 20-foot XLR cable. Now we could also add a microphone triangle with a logo like the one you see on field television news mics. All right, number 6. Did we need a person to run the video camera? Answer, this was easy as there was no room in the exhibit for a videographer. That is also part of the reason why we stayed with the smaller HD camera. Now we would have 2 people in the exhibit already and a third as people came up for interviews. As long as we brought lots of memory cards, we could basically set up the camera each morning and let it run for the 4 hours of the show each day. Of course, we would turn it on and off between shoots, but technically, we could just leave it running. Number 7, how much power will we need? Answer, a single 20 amp circuit will handle all the power requirements for the sign-up counter, the soundboard and video camera, the front floor lights, and the back wall LED lights. That was an easy one. Hey, as always, please respond with your questions or comments and let others know about ExhibitorLounge.com. We'll see you next week. Until then, I'm your host, Michael Gray, telling you, relax in the Exhibitor Lounge.